Welcome to MED-MYSTIFY. You're standing in the tunnel, cleats digging into the turf, waiting for the referee's whistle. You haven't taken a single step yet, but your body is already screaming into overdrive. This chart shows a footballer's heart rate in the moments leading up to a match. Look at the spike right before kickoff. The heart rate jumps to between 170 and 190 beats per minute, all before the player even touches the ball. This surge happens because the amygdala processes high-stakes social pressure and the intensity of competition through the same neural pathways used to detect physical danger. When the brain senses this level of environmental stress, the sympathetic nervous system prepares for a survival-level threat. Your body triggers an ancient survival response to manufacture explosive physical power, preparing you for a struggle that your biology views as life or death. The first chemical injected into your bloodstream is adrenaline. It acts as an instant booster with a strict mandate: move right now. It forces your pupils to dilate to take in more light and redirects blood flow straight into your major muscle groups. Right alongside it comes noradrenaline. If adrenaline is the physical trigger, noradrenaline is the mental anchor. It floods the system simultaneously to help your brain manage the sudden, extreme physical stress. By spiking your blood pressure, noradrenaline forces a state of hyper-alertness. You need to track 10 teammates, 11 opponents, and a fast-moving ball all at once, and this chemical locks in the mental sharpness required to pull it off. Together, these two survival chemicals generate incredible, explosive energy, but they burn fast. They create a massive physiological vacuum, and if the body doesn't find a way to sustain that output, a player will crash long before the 90 minutes are up. By the middle of the first half, the initial rush has worn off. To survive the frantic chemical state initiated at kickoff, a player needs serious, sustained endurance. Enter a third member of the system, cortisol. Think of it as your body's biological quartermaster, deployed specifically to manage prolonged physical and mental stress. Cortisol targets stored fats and proteins, converting them into a steady stream of blood glucose that flows directly into the leg muscles to keep them fueled. The three hormones operate as a team. Cortisol supplies energy, adrenaline provides speed, and noradrenaline maintains focus. This specific hormonal synergy provides the formula a human body needs to stay physically explosive and mentally locked in for a prolonged period. But there is a biological danger hidden within this performance triad. The human body is not built to maintain a survival state for an hour and a half. When cortisol levels remain elevated for that long, it stops being helpful and starts causing internal damage. The quartermaster gets desperate for energy and actually begins breaking down the very muscle tissue you are trying to use. Prolonged exposure carries other risks. It suppresses your immune system and triggers severe whole-body fatigue. This chemical toxicity directly impacts the athlete after they leave the pitch, drastically slowing down their physical recovery time. To play a full 90-minute match, a player has to essentially redline their own biological engine. Every minute on the clock is a tightrope walk, balancing peak athletic performance against chemical self-destruction. When the referee blows the final whistle, the intense physical and mental demands of the game come to a sudden halt. This chart tracks the three hormones after the match. As you pass the final whistle mark, watch the immediate chemical crash. Adrenaline and noradrenaline plummet instantly, while the cortisol line tapers off at a much slower, gradual pace. To survive this crash, a biological hero steps in, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's built-in rest and digest protocol. This system forcibly takes the wheel, actively slowing the heart rate back to a normal baseline and signaling cells to begin the healing phase. But the body can't do it alone. It requires external help. Precise nutrition, needs carefully targeted hydration, and hours of deep sleep to successfully flush those lingering stress hormones out of the bloodstream. Elite football requires an athlete to master a self-induced chemical survival state. The outcome of the match is determined by the efficiency of the endocrine response and the body's ability to return to baseline. Like, subscribe, and share for such more informative videos.